We're making some serious barbecue this morning. Rub and Wood Barbecue is here with us. We've got some smoked brisket here, preparing some more. Roger Bell is the owner of Rub and Wood Barbecue. We're glad that you're with us this morning, and you're here to kind of give us the lowdown on how to turn this into what you've created here. And I know we're going to get to a picture of this here in a second.
Yes, sir. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, it smells wonderful. Let's talk about your restaurant first, where you're located, and how long you've been doing this. Apparently, this has been a while for you.
Well, we've been catering for about 6 years now, but we opened up a brick and mortar store up in Rio Rancho at 4000 Barber Loop. It's just about a quarter mile north of Intel off of 528. We've been open since August 2nd of 2013.
What kind of response are you getting here?
We're getting pretty good response. We've had a lot of nice comments on Yelp and Facebook. We got a Facebook page, and it's been an adventure.
Describe what I assume you grew up making this type of food.
Yeah, my dad loved barbecuing. He was more of the West Texas style, using mesquite wood directly underneath the meat, and we always had barbecues, and we just kind of did it as a hobby for a little bit and had parties and whatnot. And friends said, "Hey, you ought to cater." All right, so we catered. Then everybody started saying, "Well, you ought to open up a restaurant." Bingo, here we go. Opened up a restaurant.
So this is more like a hobby that's turned really into a sort of a career type thing for you.
Yeah. It's kind of scary to think of it as being a career, but we're kicking along.
Well, what we're anxious to do this morning is to figure out how to turn something like this into what you've got under here, and we'll be able to. I can feel the heat from this. This is already cooked and ready to go. Let's start with how you create good brisket. What are some of the secrets you do in your brick and mortar restaurant or in your catering with this?
So one of the big deals is getting a good cut of meat. We usually go with choice or prime beef. A lot of people will brine it, 24-hour brine. I don't like brining it. It's just something that we haven't done a lot of.
Now, I was going to say, if I were to start with this, and obviously folks at home are thinking, "Ooh, I might try this maybe this weekend." My meat that I get is not going to be as big as something like this, right?
No, well, you can get a whole brisket like this, or you can get a center cut brisket or the brisket flat. Most Mega Marts have both.
So you're going to trim off what you say you don't like.
Yeah, I'm going to trim off. This is actually, I call it the gristle bone. No matter how long you cook this piece of fat, it doesn't taste good. So we always take it out. Pretty easy process.
Okay.
Take that out. Any fat that you have on the bottom side that's loose, we'll take off. You don't want to get rid of a lot of fat because briskets, you have to cook it a long time.
Does that ever help to have some of it left, as you're saying, to kind of give it that flavor, right?
Yes, sir. We always cook it fat cap up.
Okay.
So the fat will melt into the meat as you're cooking it. And actually, one of the finest parts of brisket is this end here, the heel end. That's where you get the burn ends from.
Okay.
And burn ends are wonderful. Burn ends, green chili, and a tortilla, maybe a cold Budweiser or something.
Awesome.
And you got
You're
a good
set, huh?
You got a good Sunday going.
That's absolutely right for some football. Okay, how much of this, I'm curious, do you make during the course of a day? How much of this meat do you deal with?
We go through approximately a case of brisket a day, which it runs about 80, 90 pounds. And we also do pork spare ribs, pulled pork, which is the pork shoulder, and we do turkey breast and chicken.
Wow, all kinds of stuff. All right, next steps. What's next? You've trimmed all that off.
So I got a rub that I come up with. It's a 9-spice rub. A lot of people in Texas will use just salt and pepper, coarse ground on both. Just powder it up, man. Just throw as much as you want on there.
Is there any trick to how much?
Not at all.
Okay.
Just have fun. Throw it down.
Can somebody make something like that at home, or is there a way to order it from you, or?
Well, I'm not set up to sell it.
Yeah.
With my licensing yet. We are looking at trying to get into some grocery stores.
Okay.
but I'm just trying to perfect the restaurant business right now.
Makes sense.
So you just, like I said, just apply your rub liberally. A lot of people will do a mustard rub before, or olive oil or anything, something like that, just to help keep the rub on it. We don't like to do that because with the dry rub, it makes a little bit more for a crunchy bark once it comes out.
All right, next steps on this.
Next step, get your smoker prepared. Make sure all the black smoke, all the acidic smoke is out of your smoker. Takes about 15-20 minutes. Throw that bad boy on. Like I said, always throw meat on with the fat side up.
Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to open this because this will give
Yeah,
you an
go ahead.
indication of what it looks like to end the process. So once you've got that, you cook it for a certain length of time. You mentioned that. Is it less time for something that would be smaller, like we might have at home?
Yeah, so for brisket and pork shoulder, we go, on the pork shoulders, we go bone in, which has the bone inside the meat. And we cook those about 16 hours.
Okay.
And then on brisket, we've got it you go about an hour a pound.
Okay.
And we smoke around 185 to 210 degrees.
Wood Barbecue, tell people how to get more information on you. Kristen, by the way, while you're doing that, Kristen Curry, I think, was going to sample some of this for us. I want to try it too, but where are you located? Where can you find more information?
Well, we're on, like I said, we're on 4000 Barber Loop, just north of Intel, off of 528. And
Good.
we also have rubbingwoodbarbecue.com. We have a Facebook page. And our phone number is 505-892-1914.
Okay, and we have more information on KRQE.com under the KRQE links. You're going to be our official taste tester and let us know transforming this into this how it tastes.
Oh, we didn't.
So good. Yeah, I got a little piece
Forks.
of that.
I know, we don't
Who needs forks? I'm good. There we go.
Well, Roger Bell with
Thank
Wood
you.
Barbecue. So
This
glad
is
to have met
really
you. And
good.
thank you
Same
for
here.
coming and demonstrating. Appreciate
Well,
it.
thank
You
you.
can find him in Rio Rancho. So we'll be right back. Stay with us, folks.